Welcome to Bumbling Butterflies.
Thank you. Hello. That was my friend Mark. He is helping me. And my friend Hannah did the conclusion this week. So my Boston besties helped me. And so this week, or this episode, I made a new loaf of bread, actually successfully. So that was awesome. It's a little dense, so I think it's more of like a dipping bread, not like a sandwich bread, but still awesome. It was really yummy. I'm gonna make it again. And I also went out with Ruth from my church. I kind of call her my adoptive grandmother. And I kind of took a little tour of her garden and met her kitty. So there's some videos of that. And then there's a trending TikTok thing that people are doing called The Last Meal, where you talk about what you would eat if, you weren't going to exist the next day. So yeah, I did that. I got a whole bunch of different people to help me. So all of that and more on this episode of Bumbling Butterfly. This is Blondie. This is Ruth's cat. Hello. Look at the intense eyes, almost human eyes. Hi. She's looking at something. What kind of flowers are those in the middle? Nasturtiums. Nasturtiums. Look at this. Hi, Ruth. My mom will love this. Is this all stuff that you've planted?
I planted a packet of seeds one time.
And you're like my mom, it just did it by itself. This is the last meal TikTok trend. A lot of celebrities and things like that are doing what they call the last meal, and it's, if they weren't going to exist the next day, it's sort of a play on, like on death row, they get a last meal, and, if at all possible, they'll kind of try to get everything that you want. So I asked people to do that. Some people did really short ones, some people did really long ones, some people did homemade stuff, restaurant, so it's kind of cool. I got friends, family, I got a Weight Watchers buddy of mine to do it, so that's what this next segment is. So I'm pretty excited to have all of those people help me. Hey, so I'm doing my last meal now. And just for context, I normally can't eat gluten or lactose, and I don't drink. So this is under the assumption that it's my last meal, so I'm gonna die, and so I don't really care if I get the shits after. So this is like my ideal. If I could eat everything I wanted to eat, this is what it would be. Okay, so, and it's not really in any order. A lot of people are doing like appetizers and drinks and this and that. This is just like listing off, fly it in from all over the place, and I would eat it all at once in a smorgasbord style. So I have California and Boston stuff, and then some homemade stuff. So I do California, Tatsu Ramen, my favorite ramen place. And I would do their signature ramen soup with an extra egg. And then I would do extra crispy onions, French fried onions, I guess you call them, and green onions, so extra green onions. And at my favorite diner, Andy's, I would do their huevos mexicana. It's really, really good. So I would have that, and then with apple juice, which I can get anywhere, but specifically with that. And I would do at Penelope's, my favorite kind of bougie, like hipster place in California. I would get their curry turkey salad with their bread pudding and their double hot mocha drink that I get. In Boston, I would get from Me at Eppo, which isn't open anymore post-COVID, unfortunately, so I would pay them to reopen and make this dish for me. So Me at Eppo, I would get arepa, which is a Venezuelan dish, filled with queso blanco, white cheese, and porchita juice, it's a fruit juice, and then Delfino's, an Italian place in Boston, I would have them make my favorite duck dish, which is just like a roasted duck, and it comes with this really good, fruit compote sauce, and then mashed potatoes, creamy mashed potatoes, and then Tartufo's, another Italian place. Kudos to Cletus for introducing me to this drink. I would get their strawberry mojito. Again, I don't drink, so this is like if I'm dying the next day. And then homemade meals, I would have my mom's fish dish. Kudos to Ness, inside joke. And I would have from Oma, my grandmother, I would have her cream of wheat, which and she has this homemade raspberry sauce she uses. So I would have that for dessert. I know super strange dessert, but anyways, that's mine.
So I was asked to put together what meal I would like. Given it's my last meal, I'd start off with a vodka caipirinha, followed by some lemon ice to clean the palate. Then I would have a Peruvian chupe soup made from corn and shrimp, and then a small salmon sushi accompanied with a Portuguese vinho verde, green wine. Again, some lemon ice. Then a spinach salad with hot bacon dressing, an escargot bourguignon, palm hearts with spicy Russian dressing, followed again by lemon ice. Okay. Then, for the main course, I would have an Argentine mixed grill with guasacaca sauce to include lamb chops, a ribeye, pork sausage, blood sausage, intestines, and chicken hearts. Then mac fries, gravy, a baked potato, grilled swordfish, green beans, and a French burgundy, followed by lemon ice. Okay, for dessert, I'd have strawberries and blueberries warmed over vanilla ice cream, Swiss butter cookies, and a French dessert wine, followed by lemon ice. And then I'd have an espresso martini and some port wine. That's it.
I would start with 2 chilled shots of tequila and an extra dirty gin martini with extra olives. I would then have a Caesar salad and escargot, followed by a nice, juicy, medium rare ribeye with a side of shrimp scampi and sauteed broccolini. And for dessert, I would have tiramisu, an espresso martini, and a very strong shot of espresso.
Hi. What I would like to do is, as my last meal, is exactly what my daughter Vanessa just decided she wanted, but what I would like to change the dessert to a giant forbidden chocolate with chocolate fudge and marshmallows and walnuts at the top.
And whipped cream.
And whipped cream.
For my last meal, I want 15 McDonald's cheeseburgers with double bacon.
So I think one of my last meals would definitely have to be from Katsuya, and it would be spicy tuna on crispy rice with a baked crab hand roll. It never fails, so it would definitely be one of my top picks.
Okay, so what would your last meal be?
I would start off with a Dunkin' Donuts coffee,
Okay,
um,
cool.
with a bowl of cereal. For snacks, I love pretzels and fig Newtons.
Okay, cool.
For like main meals, like I love chicken and pizza.
That's funny. That was
Um,
totally one of the ones Erica and I said you would say.
If I were to go to a restaurant, I would go to like my favorite Thai restaurant,
Okay, that's actually one of the other ones I said I would say.
or I like the Mexican restaurant down the street. I like ice cream for dessert.
Cool. Lots of good
Um,
ones. So kind of a
I like a
smorgasbord of stuff.
I like a bubble tea during the day, especially in the summer.
Yeah, bubble tea is good.
Um,
Yum.
yeah,
That's a good one. Cool.
yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Okay, so what would your
Okay.
last meal be?
Let me see. I just wrote some notes. I'm gonna
That's
look.
fine. I had
I would,
notes too when I did mine.
some kind of like bread and butter or bread and like the dip from Bertucci's.
Ooh, yeah.
And then everything would be like farm to table
Okay.
for like different things. So I would have a salad with mozzarella and balsamic dressing and
Yeah.
cherry tomatoes. Um,
That sounds good.
corn on the cob.
Cool.
And then challah French toast and
Challa's good.
Grilled cheese and pickles.
Like pickles in the grilled cheese?
On
Or
the
just like,
side.
okay, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Cool.
And then a root beer float and the strawberries and cream Carvel ice cream cake.
Ooh, yum. Cool. Very nice. Yummy. Cool. Awesome. Thank you. And then Hannah, do you have an idea of what you want to say?
Let's see. Okay. Coffee.
Okay.
To start off
Cool.
with, because it's coffee and that's needed.
Yeah.
It's lots of half and half.
Okay.
I
Cool.
like it so pale, you're going to expect it to moo.
As my mom says, milk with a little coffee.
Yes. There's something we make called a one-eyed Egyptian, and basically, it's something my great grandmother called it. It's probably called different things in different places, but
Okay.
it's bread, and you cut a hole in the middle, and you
Oh.
fry it like an egg.
Oh,
So, yeah.
my mom made that for me as a kid. She just called it an egg in a hole.
So I would have that with a I can't do guacamole because I can't do jalapeno because I'm English and Irish, and I'm betraying my Louisiana spicy.
I mean, I don't put jalapenos in my guacamole when I make
I
it, but
just smashed avocado with salt and pepper, and I would have that on the side.
ooh, yum.
I would do an omelet with spinach, feta and spinach with a side of rye toast, no seeds, lots of butter.
Very cool.
Like Erica, challah French toast, but with strawberries and homemade whipped cream.
Cool.
Do cheese pizza from New York.
Okay.
Do a hot buttered Kaiser roll from New York. I would do a Kaiser roll egg sandwich from New
Cool.
York.
So you're flying things in from all over the place?
Yes.
Cool.
And
I did the same thing.
egg drop soup from a restaurant in Kansas City called Bowling's.
Very cool.
Sweet potato fries from Jake Edwards, also from Kansas City. Butterscotch milkshake from a restaurant in Kansas City called Winstead's. A veggie pizza from a pizza place in Kansas City called Winstead's. And it keeps going.
That's cool. Mine's
Red
4 minutes, so by all means.
a root beer
Okay,
because
cool.
it's root beer. Fried pickles.
I have never liked fried pickles, but the only place I like it is at the one that's right across the street from the park.
Cambridge Commons?
Yes, Cambridge Commons.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, there's a place in the near where I grew up, called San Giacomo's. It's a pizza place, but they had really good garlic knots.
Cool.
Kansas City barbecue, ranch, peppermint mocha chip, and salted caramel ice cream with a side of dark chocolate syrup, whipped cream, and
It's a
sprinkles.
very specific dessert, but sounds
Uh,
delicious.
Thanksgiving dinner with stuffing, mashed potatoes. I forgot turkey. With turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole,
You and I will be doing good.
homemade cranberry sauce. Nobody likes it out of the can, but gravy and rolls. And there's a pie that we make. My family was from my dad's mom called pumpkin chiffon pie.
Oh my God,
So,
my sister used to make that too.
um,
It's essentially pumpkin pie, but it has like gelatin in it, so it's more like moussey, right?
gelatin and meringue.
Yeah. So it has
Yeah,
like a
right.
meringue gelatiny kind of, yeah. My sister's really good at making it.
It's your last
So I'll
meal.
say part 2 of the one that I already did. I can edit this to my other one. So I'm going to add a couple things to mine. So you guys will see mine when I post the whole thing. But to add things, I would add, and Aoka's had this. And if you guys have been to my, Aoka's helped me make this. You guys have probably eaten it at my family's pool parties. I would do my homemade guacamole and the homemade chips I make.
Oh, that sounds yummy.
And then I would also add for homemade stuff, I would add the cranberry tiramisu that my sister made for Thanksgiving this past year.
Ah, what kind of tiramisu?
Cranberry tiramisu. So it was tiramisu, but she added cranberry. Like it was like freeze-dried cranberries that she added to like the mix when she whipped up the stuff, like the cream stuff. And then it had like she dusted it on the top, like she took like a sifter and like she took freeze-dried cranberries and then like pulverized them in a blender, and then she like dusted the top with like freeze-dried cranberry powder. So it was red. So it was like a red tiramisu, but it was really good. Thank you guys
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
for
Thank you
doing all
for
of this with
inviting
me.
us.
I am attempting a second bread. Now, technically, overall, this is my fourth attempt because before I even baked anything, I tried twice and I failed. I got the wrong ingredients once and then I like kind of like broke the machine the second time. So in terms of like actually going through with baking, this is my second attempt. So I'm attempting it again. I updated some of the ingredients. So I'm going to show you the ingredients I'm going to use now. And then I will walk you through the process and we'll see if it's any good this time. So I'm going to show you the ingredients now. So all of the ingredients get put in there. Those are the measuring devices. So I have gluten-free flour, olive oil. I use veggie broth instead of water just to give it flavor. Sugar, salt. And then I'm going to put some baking powder in it to help with the rise. And then yeast over here. So, wish me luck. Those are the ingredients. Here it is. I'm waiting to put the yeast right on top when it's in the machine so it doesn't mix with the water. But, here we go. Trying it again. We'll see what happens. Looks a little less solid than it did last time, which I guess is good. Because it was way too dense before. So, we'll see. Well, it is an hour and 17 minutes. Tick, 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 tick. Counting down. Oh, Jimmy. 3, 2, 1. Yay! Let's check it out. It grew a little more than the last one. It does feel like bread. It's still, I don't know if it cooked enough. So here's what it looks like. It didn't grow as much as I thought, but I mean, maybe it's just like it's a small bread maker, like maybe this is just the size it is. I was expecting it because look at how tall the thing is. It actually is empty, which means nothing's stuck. It seems relatively spongy. I know this is a steak knife, but it's all I could do find. So now I'm gonna flip the camera and cut it. We're going to cut my bread. Very heavy. Like I feel like this is going to be very, that's what it looks like on the bottom. It's very, very, very dense. Let's cut a small piece. Let's cut my bread. It did cut. It's not like crunchy. It worked. It worked. I'm going to try a piece. It still is exceptionally dense, but we will see if it actually works. Let's try a piece. I'm about to try a piece. Let's see. That's what the inside looks like. It actually did work. It is still dense. I think I would like to rise a little more. But that is actually exceptionally good. I must say, I'm going to eat this slice. I made kind of a thick slice. But I could see making a few sandwiches out of this. Yeah. for like breakfast toast or something. Um, I'm excited that it worked. Yay! Mmm, really good. Oh my god, I just ate 2 slices, big ass slices, the most amazing bread I've ever eaten, and it was warm when I ate it. Ah, so good. Yum. I just stopped myself from not eating. I probably would have puked if I ate the whole thing. Definitely gonna be my breakfast tomorrow. Yay, I'm excited. For the closing thought, I think this episode has a lot to do with food, with the bread. So the idea of like breaking bread and just, what food means to people. And I think it's, there's a reason that it's your last meal, right? That like, if you weren't going to exist tomorrow, food is something that people would be thinking about, right? Like, how am I going to end this day? And I think, a lot of cultures, food is what brings people together. I mean, I know in the US it's kind of like eat quickly and leave and, get a running lunch in the middle of a busy day and things like that. But food really can bring people together. So there's this quote. I like this quote because it talks about, nourishing the soul. And I think when you really sit down and you have like a good hearty meal and you're with friends and family, I feel like food is like love on a plate in a lot of cases, right? And that's why I kind of did the last meal trend, because it really is like someone's, biggest comfort in a lot of cases, but also just brings people together, right? I mean, half the time you could be eating saltine crackers and it's still is going to be meaningful because you're with people that you love. So I think that's why I chose this quote, and it's an awesome way to end this episode. So, and now a closing, but with Hannah.
Thank you for watching. Please like and follow, and don't forget to subscribe by clicking the bell button.